Now we are based on 1 hour chart. Okay. First of all, we refer to our analysis in my last video. Okay. Based on my last analysis, when the price was within this move, we mentioned if you want to look for trade, one of them wants to have an entry above the top, which is this top. We mentioned 230. Okay. The another option was to wait for the breakout of this trend line. Okay, if we adjust this one, because after that we have this correction, and we mentioned if you want to look for the breakout, we need to price to break the trend line and give us a correction. Okay, that means the first things was this is what we get, the price tag break, and this is a small correction. From there we could look for trade. That means if you move to 15 minutes, it will be more clear. Okay, this is what we get, but what we get here was a small correction, but our option was we wait for the breakout and give us a correction. That means this is the first option we could look for buy. And the another option was to have entry above top, which was 230. Okay. If I remove everything, exactly above this, around 230. Okay. Now anyone is in the trade, whether from having entry above the stop or from here right now, I think they should move their, I mean, at least they move their stop loss to break even. I mean, they should manage a trade because the way it's moving is really corrective. Okay, in case there is the price reverse or move for big correction. And now if you move to daily chart, we want to see whether this one can turn to a correction for one more drop or continuation, because we don't expect, I mean, the possibility of the price to reverse is very less, because most of the charts we can see they're moving unless we get another correction similar to what we have here. Okay, and if we move to forward chart, okay, as we can see, based on forward chart, what we have been looking for to look for the breakout of this, and this is what we get. Now we want to see whether there is a continuation or still we can expect, I mean, we can expect to get one more correction here for before the price continue. Rather than that, we have nothings. And can we put our trend line here? Okay, can we expect the price move a bit higher as a corrective to give us one more correction similar to what we have here for running flat, similar to other charts? Okay, this one can be option. That's why if you are within buy, we should be aware that maybe this one can turn to any correction similar to what we have here. Okay, from now we will have this trend line, and all right, now we move to 1 hour chart. We see how we can trade it. And first of all, one more things we need to check here. If we put this one in relative to this, MACD doesn't show anything, and we have a divergence based on another one. That's mean we have two different results based on the indicators. And if we move to 1 hour chart, all right, based on 1 hour chart, if we put this one in relative to this, MACD show us the divergence, and also this one show us the divergence. That's why right now we need to be quite careful. If anyone is in the trade, all right, they should know that may this one turn to a bigger correction or still can drop. But I don't think this correction can be in relative to this, because as we can see, in terms of the length, also we can put in relative to each other, but logically is not. I don't think this one can turn to any corrective similar to what we have here, unless this one move a bit higher. Okay, what I want to say that right now we don't have any trade setup or buy. The only thing is anyone is in the trade, they should move their stop loss to break even to start to manage. And if you want to look for trade setup for continuation, we should be wait for bigger correction. And how about if this one turn to another move similar to what we have here for one move up, still we can say, I mean, still we can expect, because still we can expect the price for continuation, and still we can, I mean, it can give us any up move with the breakout of the this top, start to give us any correction similar to any of this. Then from there we can look for another trade. That's mean if there is a continuation as a corrective, any buy will be short-term buy with a small correction or a small flag. That means as long if we get a trade, as long as we get into the profit, we start to manage it. If there is a continuation similar to any of this, we get up move, we get the flag. Okay, because if we get this kind of the move, mostly we will get the deeper correction. That's why we consider it as a short term. Rather than that, we don't have any other option to look for trade unless this one give us one more drop, this one turn to expand flat, then from there we get another trade. Okay, anyway, As I mentioned, there is no, we don't have any trade setup. The only thing is we need to wait what we will get from here. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update or any changes, then I will share. Thanks.